All right. Hello, everybody. Those of you just tuning in, this is Retrothon 2024. I'm very happy to be here. I'm going to be coming back and running not one, not two, not three, but 8 games for you. Way later tonight / tomorrow morning, technically. But this is the Doraemon block. We just did Doraemon 2, 80%. Now we're going to be doing Doraemon 3, 80%, back to back. Personally, I like this Doraemon game a little bit better than the second one. Definitely a unique game. This game has excellent music, a really cool vibe. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. What do y'all say? Let's go ahead and start the run up. 3, 1, go. Oh, what? I started at the wrong time. Now we go. 3, 1, go. Okay. So, immediately starting off, we are playing as Noby. Most of our run, we are going to be playing as Sue. This game as well. But starting off here, we got to go talk to Sue. And then our town gets transported to some kind of mysterious, weird, alternate dimension. I don't know. And we're like, oh no, we got to go check on Doraemon. Doraemon's at home. We need to make sure everybody's okay since the town got, transported to an alternate dimension. And much like the last game, Doraemon is dead, except he isn't. And immediately starting off here, we're going to be equipping the gun. Switching back to Noby. Noby is much faster than Doraemon as far as the ground movement, so it does save time overall to do that character switch. And the tutorial here in Noby's town, we got to talk to these little fairies. There are 5 of them. We've talked to 3. Cool. And there's that. So coming out here, this game is more kind of like Bomberman Hero. Very level to level. So notice I just picked up an item there. It looked like a green can of bug spray. I am going to grab an item here. Little safety heart for later. That's right on the route, in case we need it. Gonna kill this enemy. And we got a spray drop. That's good. So those sprays are very important. You start this game with having every item in your inventory. And the way it works is you need to have 5 sprays to essentially redeem the item out of your inventory, or what you're doing is you're purifying it of interdimensional goop. That's the best way to put it. So a large part of the routing of this game is, as we go through the levels and complete the various tasks we need to do, is collecting sprays on the way and hoping that we get good RNG with drops. When you kill an enemy, they have pretty much a 50-50 shot of dropping either a spray or a heart. And we're really hoping to see as many spray drops as possible when it comes to enemies that I interact with. So we're going to use this card key here. We're going to talk to this guy. Text in this game is very weird. Can't just mash through it. There's like a rhythm. Go, and they're also welcome in Leah. Come around this corner here. So the goal of World 1 is to gather crystals that allow us to open the boss area of World. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, the boss music in this game is phenomenal. Cool. Go to level 3. We do have a gun. This one as well. And we're going to be using the gun quite a bit. This is one of my favorite levels in the game right here. Got pretty cool movement. There's some cool little tricks you can do, like this right here. We're going to go... if you jump into that at just the right sort of angle, it'll kind of scoot you up it. And we're going to do a second one of those right here. Up this slope, we're going to go like that. And then we're going to come around this corner, and we're going to do a third one right here. And if I got the correct position, this enemy, or this sort of mini-boss here, won't even notice me, and I can just hold B and spam the gun and win. And I did, so that's cool. We just go through the door and leave. Now the first of 2 water levels, and our first order of business is we're just going to hold straight down. We're going to jump right when we get to the edge of the water. And then we're going to switch to Doraemon, and the reason we're doing that is Doraemon is a much faster swimmer. We're going to be Doraemon for the rest of this world, but now we have to redeem our first item. You can see there it used 5 of the sprays we picked up to do. That is the submarine cream. It allows us to dive deep underwater. And that item is going to be getting used 2 other times in the run. But coming down in here to pick up a key, card key. And there are some sprays here as well that we're going to be getting. 4 in the water. And they respawn after every time you sort of exit the area. So we're actually going to be exiting this room here and collecting the sprays one more time. A very quick way to get 4 sprays. So, then we're actually going to use the door. Automatically makes a level. But we're going to re-enter the level. And it's just because it's a little bit quicker to do that than it is to swim back up. Not a huge time save. Maybe 5 or 8 seconds. But still. A little boost there found by BDL Crusher. Hold down into that thing. It increases your swim speed. The rest of that swim there. And kind of launches you off of it. So coming in here, we are going to jump up here, and then we're going to redeem good old Faint Bang Grenade. The last game. Jump. Bam. Hit that guy. He gave us a spray drop. Grab the crystal. Grab these 2 sprays. Nice. We've gotten spray drops for every enemy. This is like perfect RNG so far, which is obviously quite rare. Alright, we're already at the boss level of World 1. This is a much shorter run than the previous one, by the way, Doraemon 2. World record is a little bit under 36 minutes right now. Oh. I'd like to just get a sub 40, honestly, this run. So coming over here, we're going to hit this whoop, like so. Here. Here, and we're gonna kill this one singular enemy. Hope he drops spray. Wow. Alright, here's the first boss. Everybody enjoy the music. Uh-oh. This should be good. This boss is very easy. I took a little bit of damage, but it doesn't matter. Still killed it at the same time. Always, man. That's World 1. Now we are in World 2. World 2 is integral in this run. We're going to be doing most of our spray farming in this. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to switch to Sue, who has a much faster move. The very first thing we got to do is we got to come up here to this guy. Forgot where the first aid was. That's my bad. And we use first aid to revive this robot. He's going to give us a card key. And jump up here and grab these sprays. We're going to come down here. And we got to head in this direction. Don't want to get stuck in those sort of sand chutes or whatever you want to call them. We're going to avoid that. We're going to hug this wall to avoid that enemy spawn right there. Card key, open up here. Now, the object of World 2, also there are some emulator graphical bugs. I apologize for that. I do actually own the physical version of this as well, but emulator, as it's turned out, is much faster games, and the community mostly plays, including myself. But we've already sort of completed the goal for this level, which was to destroy that computer. Oh, I missed it. Okay. And it dropped a heart. Of course it did. Capital waste of time. Whatever. Now we are in the volcano level. If you look on the top right corner of the screen, you'll see a meter there. That is like a heat. Got a little lost in the menu there for a second. But we need this fan for... this is the only thing we need the fan for in the game, and yes, it is required. Bam. That's it. It just lifts this platform. It's the only thing it's used for. As a community, we've tried every way in the world to skip it, but no such luck. Hug this wall to avoid that guy, and then we're going to kind of walk this way to fall off this edge to collect sprays. But yeah, that heat meter, there is an item that we can redeem and use that gets rid of the heat meter entirely. But it's a non-issue. Speedrunning. Never going to deplete itself fully. Yeah, we got to go up here. This frees this dude right here. Gives us 3 text boxes, and then we leave. And then we're actually going to wait on this fire. That fire there is slightly elevated, so you can't jump over it, but we need the grenade equipped anyway for some stuff we're going to do in a bit. So it's just kind of quicker to do it there since we have to wait regardless. And then we have to wait for this one as well. This platform is very thin, and it will push you off if the flame hits you. So we wait for that one too, and then we can skip this one by jumping over the... Here. Redeem this item, which I like to call the drill, and it opens that wall. Corner. Boom. Oh, heart drop. That. Oh well. So, this is the most important level in the entire run in both categories of... we're going to be doing most of our spray farming here. But our first mission, we are going to grab... Oh, whatever. We are going to grab those 2 sprays on the way. Ooh. Come in here, and for some reason, the first aid kit that we used earlier also works on this. I don't really understand the in-world logic behind that, but whatever. Come on, right over here. Grab those 2 sprays, and then we're going to ride that conveyor belt. Grab those 3. You know, those of you who are astute will notice that we just grabbed 5 sprays, which is a single item that we can redeem out of our inventory. So we're going to be making good use of that here. So coming in here, blow that up, grab this single spray, all out. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab these sprays like so. And we're going to void out on purpose because it respawns the spray. Gives us a very quick location that we can farm from. Probably going to go slightly overboard farming just to play it safe. Go. Like so. And we are at the boss level of World 2. Cool little skip you can do here. But I messed up. That's cringe. One moment. Very weird thing to mess up. There it is. Okay. Yeah, if you throw the grenade there the right way, it will hit that switch, which saves a considerable amount of time. Normally you have to go into a couple different rooms to kind of initiate the whole sequence of events there. But yeah, you can immediately hit that switch, skip having to do it. Very easy skip. Well, so pretty cringe that I just messed it up. Messed that up too. Awesome. Here we need our good old clouds in a can again. And it makes these clouds solid for us to climb on. I nailed that. I did. Nice. That throw there is much harder than it looks. I hit a switch that was down on the platform below. What the game intends you to do is to go onto it, and obviously. We equip the gun, and then we fight the second boss, which the community has dubbed Gundam. This fight used to be the hardest fights in the game, but a strategy found during a marathon run by myself, actually, another runner who was watching and noticed a quirk, sort of changed the way that this boss is done forever, in a good way. Boss went from being one of the hardest, most inconsistent messes to being completely and totally free. All right, on to World 3. World 3 is one of the weirder parts of the game, in my opinion. A lot of strange routing things happen here. For example, right at the start of World 3, the very first thing to do is actually have to come into this city. Gotta come in here and talk to this guy, which flag. Alright. Gotta come over here and we gotta talk to a guy that I like to call the mayor. I'm not really sure what this character's particular. Doesn't really matter. Redeem item here. I think it's called like the Master ID or the Go Anywhere badge or something like that. Basically, it's just an ID card. Item. X boxes. Leave. That initiates the secret to unlock the boss level, which basically is also collect a few MacGuffins. What it boils down to, but the MacGuffins won't appear until we do those particular things. First level here, we're actually going to be revisiting one, but our first visit in. Whoop. Yep. So, grab this crystal and go to level 2. Very short, especially at any 100%. This level is actually quite interesting, but at any percent, this level is very straight. All we have to do is come up here, here. Couple cutscenes. Working our way back down. And then we're ready to go get the crystal in the level and leave. Climb up these vines. Corners. Hope that the bugs are in good positions. Second one was, first one wasn't. Crystal. Now we actually have to go back to World 2. Pretty strange, but it is. Gives us our third and final crystal that go back to World. Back to the city. There's a fun little trick you can do. I notice a lot of players like to turn. But if you simply walk on this street, little arc like that, the game will automatically turn. You don't have to stop to turn. Fun little. Way we give this guy the crystals. He actually gives us an item. It doesn't even give you a noise either to indicate that you got an item. It's the only time in the game that does that. Personally, I think that's just a developer oversight. Unclear. So, are going to be taking some intentional damage right here to up onto this. Portal. Here. here. Gold jump dive right down to... Gonna use the item that the guy gave us. Remote control. Makes this really large thing. Kind of a pendant, I suppose. But it's too large for us to collect and take with us. Do we use the shrink ray on it? Shrinks it. Collect it. Very strange sequence of events. Like I said, World 3 is pretty abstract. Here is the second and last water level of the run. Sue is actually the fastest swimmer. Well, we do need submarine creep. Dive a little deep. Actually, go ahead and drop a little hill ski. Coming down into the hole. Come in here. We equip the gun. Go pew! So, leave. Much like the other water level, we immediately go back in. Quicker to warp out and come back than it is, swim all the way back up out. But unfortunately, we do have to use this as a result. Go down this little hole. Makes it. Gotta swim. Altar here. Pendant that we grabbed earlier. Makes a giant Goliath statue thing spawn. Opens this. All things considered, very strange sequence of events again. I'm gonna actually blow that guy up. Oh, he dropped a heart. That's okay. I don't mind having some safety help. Pretty cool movement in this next room. Get it? Thick, we got it. Yeah, beating the cycles of those little movie spike things. Not hard, but it can go wrong. Grab those two sprays. There are 3 sprays in here. Alright, and we are at the third boss, Gorilla. So the Gorilla is an interesting boss because he can heal himself. The only boss that's capable. If we do it right, he will only heal himself once. If we mess up, Gorilla will heal himself twice, and the fight will be about 10 or 15 longer than it otherwise could have. Basically, we need him to be blinking red as much as possible during this phase here. I believe he's going to get his second heal. No, he didn't. Nice. Let's go. We got the quick. Not super hard, but not the easiest thing in the game. That's pretty cool. All right, onward to World 4, the final world. One extra spray, just level's pretty interesting. Jump through the spider webs, they don't damage you. Gonna activate a platform, actually catch a cycle. Tricky jumping in the dark. Get it? Nice. That. We're actually gonna wait here. That cycle is quite easy to catch if you do it that way. And that is first level of World. Object of World Force, like these little mirror shards. Alright, let's see if I can get this level is one of the more technical levels. Run. Dude, sick, I got that skip. Alright. It doesn't even look like a skip, but it... Here, we gotta use this. I call it the party popper. Come up here. Basically, the gimmick for this level is it can be in two different states. A frozen state and a slightly less frozen state. You need to make it the melted state to come up here to grab that. We gotta make it frozen state again. Do a fun little trick here. Go right up the edge of that. And we made the cycle. That's level 2. Then we get to go to one of 2 boss levels. First one is interesting. That was a cool little trick you can do there, where cancel the slope sliding animation by using a weapon. Pretty cool little skip. Skip's having to go into a room to activate an elevator. I'm personally a fan. I like it. This, which allows us to teleport into sort of a mirror dimension kind of station. Gonna ride up this, jump into this, take us into a little tiny water room. And here we actually have to redeem a gun that we use underwater. Call it the water gun. Okay. Like so. Flip the grenade. Oh, we blow up the thing right there. Port back out, and this will allow us to get to the boss. We're drawing near, by the way, folks. Quite close. So here's the boss of this level. This is Evil Doraemon. Pretty simple fight. The boss is separated into 4 phases. Phase 1, he flies around in his little he's in his little Robotnik car the whole time. Eggman car, whatever you want to call it. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is underwater. This is the only underwater fight game. This fight can get weird because it's RNG what direction he decides to go in. We got pretty good RNG there. Well, it looked like good RNG, or rather it was, but I kind of botched it. Downtime. Phase 3, same deal, but we're in a lava room. And then phase 4, we're back into the original room to finish the fight out. Also, if Sue dies, not a huge problem. At all. Not ideal, but it's not a huge problem by any means. Okay, so that finishes that level, and you can it has spawned another level next, which is the true final level. So, but before we can even go to that final level, we gotta do a little bit of housekeeping. First, we actually gotta go back to this level second time. We need a ship to get to the last level. The last level is sort of like a space station kind of deal. And in order to get into it, we need a ship of our own. And we saw, there was a cutscene that played that I skipped, of course. Showed a spaceship crash up on top of this little mountain. So we are going to go fetch that ship. Like so. That. Go to City 2 again. This house. We're going to talk to this guy way earlier back in the second level of the game. He's going to give us a floppy disk. we're going to go to World 3. We're going to go to this city. And casually speaking, this is one of the most confusing parts of the game. And it's really for one reason that you all will see very shortly. First thing, we give the floppy disk to this guy. Tells us, hey, I can make you a really strong gun, but I need some stuff. I think there's a villager on the other side of the city who can help you understand what to do. When I was first learning this game, I didn't understand what to say because I don't read Japanese. But yeah, you got to come down here, talk to that guy once, or the game can't proceed. Very, very silly. Then we come into this town, like crocodile people. This is the best way to put it. Use that, which is the translation gummy. Come over here. This, which we call the briefcase. This allows us to move through the crocodile village thing without the crocodiles attacking us. Is required. Talk to this crocodile, and he lets us in to talk to the village chief. Jump up here, and we're going to sing the village chief a little song. What's up, Amma? Thanks for the good luck. Gives us a big old gem. We're going to take it back to this city. And back to the guy we gave the floppy disk to, and he's going to make us a big special gun that will allow us to fight the final boss. Like so. And now, we are going to the final level of... Pretty cool music here. We're going to take a small moment there. Stop and equip our gun. Need our gun for a boss fight that's coming up. There are 3 bosses left, by the way. A little skip you can do here. Skips a ton of traversal just to do that. I'm playing this part safe. I fell here in a long back when I was practice. And then we go in here and gonna see a bit of a familiar face. Call this Gundam 2. Luckily, Gundam 2 can be fought identically to Gundam 1. You love that, right? We don't have to change the strategy at all. Just pew, pew, pew. Should be phase 1. I think he'll be able to hit me. Okay, Sue died. That's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We can switch to Sneech. Sneech has the same exact movement speed as Stu. As Stu, whatever. Sneech has the... That's a hard sentence to say. Sneech has the same movement speed as Sue. There's a lot of S's in that sentence. I've never had to say that before, to be fair. It is slower to die, obviously, but, you know, at least we have a character that still moves fast. So here is the final sort of room of the game. And one of the worst parts of the game, you have to hit this switch that's like way far away. I usually struggle with it. What happens? Not that switch. That switch is easy. And I am going to play it a little bit safe for marathon safety here, is to not fall off the edge. You could cut that corner there, for example. This switch. That's got it. So that switch is very jank. Then we have to equip our new big gun for the final boss. To be fair, there is a boss after this as well, sort of like a... Oh, really? So you'll notice he's hitting me with that thing, and it's shrinking me. We actually can't use attacks when we're tiny. Come on, buddy boo. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't care if we take damage. Like, in the slightest. Very careful here. Okay. I could have technically hit him a little faster there at the end. But I didn't for a very specific reason. Anyway. Now we are going into the true final boss. Which is inside of our desk. What a concept. Call this the helmet, because, you know, it's a helmet. Excuse me? Time is going to end as soon as the screen fades to black here, but that's Doraemon 3. You know, shockingly enough, that is a second marathon PB. I haven't actually done a full recorded emulator run yet since the community switched to emulator, so I just got 2 marathon PBs in a row. That run was pretty scuffed. A lot of safety stuff going on. Yeah, that's a PB by like 23 seconds. Isn't bad. Less than a minute off the world record. Good stuff. But yeah, that's Doraemon 2 and Doraemon 3. Kind of hard to explain these games because, I mean, you know, it's very lore heavy. But good stuff. So for those of you who have been watching, I'd like to thank everybody for the good times. I was definitely more of in a relaxed mode today than like a straight up commentary, but you know, we had a chill time, I think. Would like to see me run some more though during this event. Later tonight, I'm going to be running 8 games back to back. A bit later in the night, doing some Shadowgate 64, some Chameleon Twist, and a bit of a mystery block where I'm going to be plowing through some fighting games. So 64. But yeah, stuff. Thanks again, Retrothon, for having me. Always a good time. It's been a while since I ran for you guys. Looking forward to the rest of my runs and looking forward to the rest of the event. And thanks.
If we want to live in a different world.
There is a very unstable situation on the ground that is
is unfolding.